Hello everyone, and let's first of all let's see the screen, watch the screen and see what is happening here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the classic cartoon one, not the newest, is back. Dotemu, the company who bring us video games like Wonder Boy and the Street of Rage 4, the new chapter that I love too. You know guys, I love Street of Rage, and they make a very great game. In the fourth chapter is bringing us now a new video game based on these cartoons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the classics, the one that give me the best childhood of my life, together with Dragon Ball and more cartoons. But this one was my favorite when I was a kid, and look at it, they are bringing us this new game, and look, and now we will see how it looks. But it is like a new chapter or like a new story based on the style of the game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, or Hyperstone Haste from Mega Drive. That was a beat 'em up where you can choose one of these turtles and running the streets, beating a lot of foot soldiers, beating big bosses like Buster Stockman, Rocksteady, Shredder, Krang. And when I was a kid, I played a lot that game. I was like a fanatic, obsessed with that game. I rented every weekends with my brother. We played every day, every weekend at home, and we never had enough. I had a Mega Drive, so I only played the Hyperstone Haste, not the Turtles in Time. I played that later when I was older. But this new announcement made me think that I have to do something about it. So I was looking at my old pictures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I saw one picture that was one of my first one that I have been posted in my websites. That is one where April is posing in front of the camera with the little small turtles that you will see now in the screen. That I think is a good time now to remake. Like, this video game is like a remake, new style evolution from the past video game, something retro, something old, but now with a new face, much more detailed. Let's do the same, but with one of my pictures based on these cartoons. So let's now start with this video where I'm gonna be redrawing April O'Neil that I draw in 2015. Let's go. And here we are one more time drawing this picture. Like I said before, this is a remake of the April O'Neil that I drew some years ago in my DeviantArt. You can find the original picture. It's the same that you can see in the corner of the screen, where I was drawing for first time this waifu, my favorite waifu from this cartoon, that is O'Neil, the classic version. So I wanted to do this picture for a long time ago, I have to admit it, but why I didn't do it is because I didn't have time, first. Second, because my plan was to make it when I was doing the 10 years challenge. No, you remember when some 1 year ago, I think, I was doing a 10 years challenge, and I was going to redo one of my pictures from the past. And my first thinking is do that one, remake it again. And even I remember start to do the sketch, but when I was drawing, I checked a little bit about that challenge, and was not based only in draw the same picture in the same pose, same everything, but with a new style. The challenge was more about redesign it in your style now, how you will design it, that character, for example, after some years, after 10 years from the original picture. But this one is completely a remix, so I saved the idea for another moment. And now with this new announcement, with this new video game that gives us the feeling of the nostalgic old game and from the arcades, the Turtles in Time, it was the time to get back to this picture, recover it, and make a new edition from 2021. This is the year that I'm doing this. Today is 23rd of March 2021, and this is how it looks in this year with my new style. I don't know if you guys will like more this style I have now, you prefer more the oldie. I prefer now how it looks now, I have to admit it, because I think I have it looks much better in my opinion. I get some new skills. My style also changed a lot because if you compare with this one with the past, it's completely different. But I can guess some people like more before. I don't know everyone or only me, but you can leave me in the comments, guys, if you like more this one or you like more the past, because it's something good to know. Also to this help me too for my future pictures, if I need to know if you want me to change some parts from that I do now that you don't like. I don't know. You can tell me. And also, I decided that this video is gonna be a commented video because it's Ninja Turtles. I'm a big fan, and I wanted to speak a little bit about my experience with this franchise, with these comics, cartoons, movies, games, because it's part of my childhood. I grew up, and I am today what I am thanks also to Ninja Turtles, also to Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was a big part of my childhood, but this one too was another part, like a 50-50. Ninja, like you know, I am 36 years old. I'm not so young anymore. I had been young, okay, but when I was born and when I was a kid, any kid in the world, or at least in my school and in my city, didn't know what is Ninja Turtles, because it was how to say, a phenomenon, a boom. There was a turtle fever everywhere. Everybody in my school watch it, play games, draw, have the toys. It was something like how to say, it was a fever, like the name said, the turtle fever. Everybody wanted to have toys, wanted to see more cartoons, more comics. It was insane. And of course, me, I'm a little bit nerd. I was a bit much more than anyone. I wanted to have everything about Ninja Turtles. I wanted to have the toys, watch every midday. I remember when I was having lunch, there was 2 chapters every midday, and I watched it always. I remember in my grandma home, we having lunch after school, waiting for go back into school in the afternoon. We were my brother, me, and my cousin Martha, and she didn't like too much these cartoons, but my brother and me, we were like a little bit in control of the TV, and Ninja Turtles and Dragon Ball was the only thing we can watch every midday. So for Christmas, as you may know, I was obsessed every Christmas to have some merchandising about Ninja Turtles. I had my first toy was a Leonardo from the first brand of the toys from Playmates when start to appear in the stores. I had also Splinter, I have Donatello, I have Bebop. I never had Shredder. I wanted it, but I always felt it was a little bit ugly, the toy who looks. I always thought the toys were kind of weird because they didn't look at all completely like in the cartoon. They look much more ugly because the cartoon was more cute, more I don't know. They have something different than the toys didn't have. And with the time I discovered, because the toys come from the comics, and the cartoon was like a way to promote the toys, to let the kids know that these toys come from this cartoon, that it was a comic, and to can sell more toys. It was a marketing plan that was very successful, I have to admit. And yes, I had a lot of toys. Even I had these turtles that you can push down and hide the head, and by pressing the legs, the head pop up and appear suddenly. It was very funny. I have one Donatello that can swim. I have a Shredder that can transform into a machine that can make these machines he has that always go under the land. To make tunnels. I had also some big vehicles like a sidecar, like I had a Rob the Spider controlled by a foot soldier. I had also, what more I had? I had more things. A machine that shoot pizzas, but nothing else about vehicles. I was more into toys, but I always wanted to have the party wagon and the blimp. But of course, not only me. All the kids wanted that. That's why it was impossible for my family to find me one, and I never could have one because always were sold out in all the toy store in around my city, Barcelona. And before we didn't have Amazon, we didn't have eBay, we didn't have online stores to come buy things online. So we only can do is go one by one asking, but nobody had, and they never know when we have new stock. So I couldn't have these two vehicles. My friends, yes. I don't know why if they could get one, but I couldn't. Maybe because my family waited until the last moment always to buy me the things for Christmas, and they bought it before. I don't know. Whatever. Now I know I can get it. Now it's possible to acquire these vehicles, but they are much more expensive than before because in eBay people get advantage of this. But whatever. The meaning now is have much more things than toys. We have figures, we have sculptures, we have naked toys. Now this is impossible to start to become a collector of Ninja Turtles if you don't want to get broke. But also not only have toys, also had the video games. In that age, in 90s and 80s, the video games, there was a lot of games of Ninja Turtles. We have the NES games, the Game Boy games, but the most famous is the one that is the one that take as a reference this new game, the Shredder's Revenge. This Turtles in Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, for arcades and for Super NES, and also for Mega Drive or Genesis. We had the same game but different story. It was same sprites, but it was called the Hyperstone Haste. It's the one I played a lot when I was a kid because I had Mega Drive. And I remember my family, my parents take me every weekend. My brother and me, we was good guys. We always do our homeworks. We was fine at the school. And my father always in weekends they go to rent a movie for my for watch it in the afternoons. But at the same time they allow us to rent a game for Saturdays and Sundays to can play with my brother. Of course, when we didn't have any game to rent because we didn't know what to play, because we played all the games that were in the beta club, we always finally finished getting one more time the Hyperstone Haze, the game for Mega Drive, and we played a lot. That's why this game now, this new announcement for me, is so important, because I grew up with this game. I played until get bored, until know every song of every stage, and even I play with my cousins. I invite my neighbor to play. My brother and me, we always play. I always play as Leonardo, he plays as Donatello. Nobody want to play as Raphael because his side was so short and need to be much more near from the enemies to can beat them. And wow, I remember all the foot soldiers, the final bosses. The Super Shredder at the end of the game, that was so impressive, because you had to know, guys, in that moment we were like watching the movies also too, and the movies appeared in the second one, the Secret of the Ooze. We have a new version of Shredder called the Super Shredder. That's a Shredder that he take the ooze and he mutate into something much more big, strong, looks like a monster. And in that game appeared that Shredder, and was like, wow, is that one from the movie? And as a kid, this was like a mind-blowing. It was, wow, this is amazing, and it was amazing. I don't know what to say. You had to be a kid in that moment, play it, and you will know the feelings about play that game. And with this new game, with a new art style, with new pixel art, with much more detailed, now that the machines allow to the companies and to the creatives to make much more emphasis in the art, in the elements in the screen. Everything looks much better than before. This game is so promising, and also it's from the people who bring us Streets of Rage 4. So I think everything here can be amazing in this game. We don't know when we appear, but I'm expecting to watch it. To play it. I don't know if one day we play it, I make a gameplay in YouTube, because when I do gameplays, not so people not so many react fine to the. They prefer more see me watch me drawing videos, pictures, than playing video games. But we know, we'll see what happens. So in this video, as you can see, that I want you to tell me, guys, if you prefer more this picture or the old one. And the reason, as I said before, is because I will need to know what parts of my new style are good for you and which parts you prefer more my past style. It's something like I like to know. I would like to know. As an artist to improvise my pictures in the future and all this is fine. So as you can see, I was thinking about in this picture made the turtles in. You remember the comics? Every turtle have different color, not all green color, the same tone. It's only happening in the cartoon, but in the comics, I remember Donatello was darker, Raphael was more like a light color, and all of them have the skin tone different too, not only the pants. But like in the original picture, all of them have the same style. I decided to keep the same green color. And as you can see, I'm not doing Splinter. Splinter, I remove it from the picture because I don't know. I didn't like how he looks, and I think the Splinter was kind of odd in the original too. I remember doing it, and when I was doing a Splinter, say like I don't know if Splinter was a good idea or not, but because this is, I think more is about the 4 turtles more than a Splinter. Splinter is the master, the teacher, the sensei. So that's why I removed the Splinter. If you don't, you prefer it with it, let me know in the comments. But I decided to remove it. New version, new remake, new decision, and that is how it's gonna look. So well, I think the picture is looking very well. I like how it's looking, and April looks much more cute in my opinion now. I think her face is much more cuter, much more light, with much more expression, I feel, and less like a doll, because the old one I always felt she had like a doll face, like a no, I don't know. I like it in the moment, but with the time I like less, and that is gonna look. I will leave you now the rest of the video to watch without me bothering you. You can see the results, and in the end of the video you will see the full video, the full picture, and I will leave you also the link in the description below to go to the picture you want to watch it and see it in bigger size, or save it or share it with people. Up to you. This picture is gonna be free to use, so for everyone. And subscribe if you like these kind of videos. Give me like, let me know your opinions, let me know if you want to see something and more remakes from another pictures. You can link me better not link something in YouTube, just in case, but you can tell me what pictures you wanted to see as a remake from my old jobs. Maybe one day I can open a new section about this, remaking old pictures. And thank you for watching, guys. Thank you to get right until here, until this part of the video, and enjoy. I hope you enjoy this part because I enjoyed a lot. And like the Michelangelo always say, Kawabanga. Bye bye.